We're going to this place called Highland Park Bowl. You know Bobby Green, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, Bobby Green has a 1934 Schwinn Aerocycle original paint, and he's thinking about hanging it in there for decor. And I said, dude, he sent me a picture. He goes, what do you think about hanging this in there? I go, Bobby, I'd be interested in buying that bike. And he's like, well, I don't really want to sell it. And I go, well, let's talk about the I don't want to sell it price.
It's right here.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Highland Bowl. Look at that place.
Yeah, look at that. All right. There we go. Get him a flyer. Told him we'd call him.
Look at the front of this place. Bobby Green's one of those guys that Mike and I met through motorcycles and cars, and we just became good friends.
Brothers.
How you doing, buddy?
Flyer, Robbie.
Man, good to see you.
Hey, good to see you.
to see
Hey,
you,
check this
man.
out. Check this out.
What are you trying to sell me now?
Look at this.
There you go.
Look at the
We didn't know
top.
if you had
We're looking
any of this
for.
Okay, I'll take
There's a bicycle.
I'll take one of each of these.
Bobby Green's got these projects all over LA that he has put his hands on. The Formosa, the Idle Hour, and now this bowling alley.
That's the original sign.
What year is it building?
27. No. 1927.
Bobby Green is a preservationist, but above all, the guy's a storyteller. And the way he tells stories is through the properties he owns. Every property that Bobby has done is deeply rooted in the golden age of LA. So when you walk into one of Bobby Green's buildings, he wants you to feel like you've been transported back in time. Whether it's a bar or a restaurant or a bowling alley, they really do an incredible job. Oh
These are the old fire doors.
What?
Ta-da!
Holy cow!
Check this out.
Wow!
All 1927.
That's everything in here.
Everything. The
So
ceiling.
these are the old
lanes.
bowling mechanisms?
Yes. So the machines that were here were so wrecked, I repurposed them. I made chandeliers and shelving
and then this is
and
the
stuff.
track, the ball return.
Yeah, those are the ball
Look
returns.
at that, Robbie, that's the ball
It's
return.
insane.
And then we got the exact same machines in good shape and had them restored, and then we put those in here.
Really?
Yeah. And see, what's crazy is no one's ever done a bowling alley and exposed the mechanicals. They always hide it. This was all hidden, covered up. So what I was thinking about doing with the Aerocycle, I'm gonna put it right up here above the neon clock. Wouldn't that look great?
No.
I mean,
Yes, it
but
would.
no, I mean, here's the deal. I mean, it would look great, seriously, if people knew what it was. When I hear that he's gonna hang it from the ceiling, I'm like, I can't let that happen, man. I'm a bicycle collector. It needs to be on the ground, being touched by people that truly love it. I gotta stand back.
No, but look how cool that would look. You know, you walk in here, you automatically go to the clock, and then you see the bike. You probably think the same way I do. I think this is the coolest bike ever made.
I want to take this thing home. To me, as a bicycle collector, the 1934 Schwinn Aerocycle is one of the world's marvels. Which is just so interesting what they were thinking at that time, you know? When you look at this bike, you're trying to figure out the influences. You know, get into the mind of Ignatius Schwinn. Because the tank itself looks like the fuselage of an airplane. You know, and then there's a door in the side of the tank where you can put the batteries into it. The front of it is a winged eyeball. I mean, this was so incredibly advanced. So every time I hear about one of these bikes, it brings me back to when I first started collecting bikes in Iowa, looking at books, wondering what it would be like to find something like this. You know, this is the kind of bike that kept me on the road, my batteries charged, because every barn I ever walked into, I imagined finding a Schwinn Aerocycle. Would you consider selling it?
I would have to get quite a lot because I've got a lot into it. I mean, like 12 grand would be pretty good. That would help.
Yeah, that would be good. Damn, dude. All right, I'm gonna make you an offer on it. $10,000. Even though it's a passion, I have to always look at it as an investment as well.
Well, I tell you, I mean, we're 2,000 apart, we're close.
I know, right?
If you want this bike this bad, let's bowl for it. If I win, 10,500. And if you win, 10.
Okay.
Fair?
All right.
All right.
So 2 throws.
All right.
Yeah.
One frame. Pay attention to his ball.
All right.
Yeah.
This is for all the money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, Bobby.
What? See, now you're throwing me. Now you're throwing me. All right, I'm gonna do the same to you then.
No,
I'm doing the same to you.
Bobby owns this place, so he's probably bowled at least 200 times down these alleys. My brother has probably bowled 9 times total in his life.
See, I'm rusty. I'll still probably beat
He had
him.
4 pins up. He had 4 pins.
I'm rusty.
All right, here.
That's a strike. Oh! You already beat it. You already beat it. I already beat it. You already beat it. I beat it.
Beat it. Nice work.
I won
Nice
something.
work. Nice
You
work.
got it. I had to win somehow.
Yeah, well.
Let me go see my bike.
My brother ends up with a pre-war Schwinn, and it's an aero cycle. It's a win-win.
All right, there's the Harleys. Okay, I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, look at this. This is a 1936 Harley VLD with a Goulding sidecar. So he loves these Goulding sidecars, man.
Yeah.
Harley made a VLH, which was an 80-inch, and the VLD was a 74-inch, but it was considered high performance. Hotter cams and ported cylinders. This is a pretty rare bike. This is a 36. It was the last year of the VL. When they were making this bike, they were making the 36 Knucklehead. Changed everything for them. This is a beautiful bike. So this is, again, same thing, rider's restoration.
Yeah.
I can see it's missing the toolbox. It's got the right headlight. It's got the right spotlights. It's got the earlier spotlights on it. It's got the right amp meter. This is an accessory Speedo. Look at these caps on here, man. Maybe he made these, I don't know.
He could have.
Got a later air cleaner on it. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. This is a desirable bike as well. I mean, a JD is a desirable bike. From 1921 to 1929, Harley made the JD. This is a 24. This is a pivotal year because this is the last year of the loop frame and it's the first year of the big port motor. Got his paint job, man. You ever heard of Earl Scheib?
Yeah.
It's an Earl Scheib, man. So this sidecar, this frame was really rough. It's super pitted.
Oh, yeah.
You know, look at that, man. What are you guys thinking about doing with these?
We're gonna have to sell them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To find one of these bikes would be incredible. But there's 5 bikes here. 5. Woo!
Yeah.
I love it when Mike buys motorcycles. I encourage Mike to buy motorcycles because they bring in a good amount of revenue and they never sit around. Someone's always wanting to buy a bike.
So these have probably been sitting 20 years too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see.
I would say at least.
Yeah, it's tough, you know, without hearing these things run. That's
Right.
the biggest thing. Here's what I know. There's 5 bikes here that haven't ran in 20 years. I can look at the quality of the restoration. Then I'm looking at all the incorrect parts that are on most of the bikes. Okay, that's the stuff that I can see. What I can't see or hear is the bikes running, feel the bikes shifting, riding the bikes. And that's where I'm just kind of in my mind trying to figure all this out because to be honest with you, I love all of the bikes. I love the 24 JD, the 36 VL, the 4-cylinder, the 37 Chief, the 34 Chief. They're all incredible bikes. This is one man's life. This is his hard work. He's had his hands on every single one of these bikes. And so I'm trying to navigate which one I want to buy. And that's hard because each one of them have something really special going on in my mind as far as like the year and the type of bike. All of this is overwhelming. It's like I need a moment to kind of just step back, look around at some other stuff and decide what I want to do here. You know, I'm looking at everything here and it's like my thoughts are just with these bikes.
So Liz, this lion sign right here I'm really interested in. It's pretty ravaged,
Right.
but it's porcelain. I know there's different versions of this lion sign. This one's pretty rare. Is it double-sided?
I
Do you know?
don't know.
Is this one you want to sell?
Sure.
I think we can
Yeah,
do that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking $3 grand. I'm taking a little bit of a risk because I can't see the other side of it. But I don't see this sign very often, so I know for sure if I've got it in the shop, someone's gonna come in and buy it.
Could we do like 32?
You know what, actually, this bird cage back here, I've been eyeing this since we've been in here. Look how cool that is.
That is cool.
It says these birds were caught stealing gas and replaced with lively AC spark plugs. So how about if we do these 2 for 34?
I think that's fair.
Yes, all right. I know that this piece will sell in the shop because we bought one before and it sold like that.
Let's see what this looks like inside here. There are some significant bikes here. That is clean, man. That's what I understand the most, and that's what I'm hoping to leave here with. It also depends on how they run.
Right.
You know, every one of these bikes has value if it runs right, it shifts right. To rebuild a 4-cylinder engine is a minimum of 25 grand.
Right.
I mean, in my head was just spinning as far as like, you know, the what ifs and everything and the incorrect parts and trying to straighten things out. And I mean, after looking over everything and just kind of assessing, you know, what the bikes are gonna need to get them running, looking at the type of restoration that's on the bike, what's incorrect parts-wise and what's correct parts-wise. Even the smallest thing like this sidecar frame being as broken and pitted as it is, I mean, it all affects the number.
Right.
After looking at the bikes and crawling around them and just trying to decide on which one I want to walk away with, it's like, I don't want to leave any of them behind. I'm
Right.
thinking about all the bikes. That's the 4-cylinder in the house, that's the 36, that's the 24, and the 37 and the 34 Chiefs. There's 5 bikes here, which is 5 times the issues, but also 5 times the opportunity. I'd pay $135,000 for all of them.
$135,000. When I heard the number, it stuck right here in my throat.
That's where I want to throw my hat in the ring.
Okay.
That's all 5 bikes that we've looked at. $135,000 for 5 bikes is 27 grand a piece. Are some worth more? Man, I hope so. It depends on how they run. But that's where I felt I needed to be with the quality of the restoration, the incorrect parts, and just the fact that I have no idea how all of this stuff is gonna pan out when it comes to getting this stuff running. I've got a friend that owns a museum in Maggie Valley, North Carolina. He's worked on a lot of bikes for us in the past, and I would love to get these up there and get his hands on these with his help. I think we can get them running and put them back on the road. Each one is gonna be a journey, whether it's tires or cleaning the fuel tank or finding the right part or making the bike shift, whatever it is. There's so many different things that could happen with one of these bikes. The linchpin is how they are mechanically. That is the deciding factor on the real value.
Think we could have a minute to maybe discuss it, maybe?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right.
My dad's handprints are all over those.
Yeah.
And he spent a lot of time with them, and he was very proud of them.
We can't hold on to everything. The opportunity is here, and
Over and over again in my mind, I have imagined this situation with my daughter, Charlie. I think every collector does. You know, once you start acquiring so much stuff, that's even overwhelming to me sometimes when I think about all the parts and all the bikes and all that stuff that I've worked so hard to collect over all of these years. If something was to happen to me, how would Charlie navigate that, you know? So I can empathize with what Elizabeth is going through. So have you guys thought about it at all? Where you're gonna be on them or where you wanna be on them?
yeah.
When I saw Mike looking at the bikes, and I seen, you know, his excitement, of course, spouting off a lot of things that I didn't know, that kind of made me feel less anxious about getting rid of those. Well, we thought about it, and I think that we could do that because we want someone to really appreciate these. We don't want them to sit in a garage.
Yep.
Yeah.
For another 20 years, right?
Right. We want somebody to enjoy them as much
Appreciate
as
it.
my dad did.
All of these things represent something that none of us can buy, and that's time. But we're gonna get them running.
Thank you.
I know that he's going to do what's right for them and hopefully get them on the road and somebody enjoying them and doing what they were made to do.
Tom, what's going on, buddy?
How are you doing?
You remember me?
Yeah, I remember you.
Yeah, you look the same. You're aging well.
Yes, you too.
What's going on, dude? There you go.
A lot of people know James from playing with Elvis, leader of the TCB band, lead guitar player. And they asked me after I retired if I'd take care of the foundation for him.
So you're the guy taking care of business, huh?
Yes, sir. TCB.
You got the responsibility of it all. One of the blessings to having a store in Nashville for over a decade is getting to know so many musicians that are serious collectors. James and I became fast friends because we share the same passions. And his wife, Louise, is a real pistol. So what's going on with this one? They're gonna sell this too?
That I'm not sure. When James gets here, we're gonna talk to him about it.
Oh, yeah. There's one right there. That's what, the 59?
The 59 Corvette.
Nice. Oh, you guys got a Manx? No way.
Yep, 69.
Leave it to a true Volkswagen enthusiast to walk past the Corvette and start digging into the dune buggy. This Manx is insane, dude. Wow. Well, you got Burton James on there, Burbank, California. Think about these things hitting the beaches in the 60s, man.
Well, these things were a huge fling back then.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine. James had great taste in cars. I mean, he's got a Manx sitting here, and then he's got the 59 Corvette. I love the way that James's mind works. It's like two iconic fiberglass cars that are on completely different ends of the spectrum. What about any of this other stuff? What are they doing with all of this?
This is probably part of his personal collection. Oh, sounds like JB's here.
What the hell's he driving, a semi? Hey, is James Burton in there?
I think so.
I want to get his autograph.
Hey.
What's up, buddy?
Hey,
How you doing? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
You been all right? You look good. Where's Louise? There she is. In style.
Lucy,
You guys always roll like
Here
this?
comes the boss.
Yes.
Hi. How are you?
We're doing great.
We've
It's
been
great
looking at
to
all your
have you.
stuff. James has been a rock star for so long that he drives a tour bus like he drives a Toyota. Yeah, when's the last time this 57 was out, James?
I think I drove it when I bought it. Back in, was it 72 or 3? Well, when I got old enough to drive, I got into cars. And if I see something I like, I go for it.
This Manx, when's the last time you drove that?
The dune buggy?
Yeah.
Took it to Death Valley
Okay.
and played around up there.
And that was in the 70s?
Yeah.
The very first dune buggies were basically Volkswagen Beetles with the body pulled off. And then MP came along and started making aftermarket metal conversion kits they called the Sportster. Bruce Myers wasn't the first guy to make a dune buggy, but he was the first one to make it out of fiberglass. Think about how many great American industries that were impactful that started in somebody's garage. Bruce Myers is one of those guys. He saw the potential, he saw the impact, he was an artist, he was a surfer. I mean, he was part of the California culture. What are the floor pans like on this thing? They're pretty solid, man. Nope, here you got some rot right through here on the driver's side. It's starting to come through. As soon as I get up underneath this Volkswagen chassis, it just brings back all the memories of looking at these things over the years. I mean, the first thing you want to look at is the shock towers. You want to look at the floor pans. I mean, there's a little bit of damage here. There's some rot, but overall, this is a pretty solid vehicle. Bruce Myers was a genius, and now they're making Myers Manx again. You know, they're doing electric ones. Myers Manx dune buggies have been collectible for a long time, but there has been a huge resurgence in interest because the company has been resurrected and they're redesigning them in electric models.
So now would be the time to sell, don't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I'm a player on it, maybe. I don't know.
James, hey, you've got a phone call in the house from the promoter that you were waiting for.
James is in his 80s and he is still rocking and rolling. He's a busy guy. He's touring Europe. He's taking phone calls. I mean, he's one of those guys that loves what he does. And when you stop working, you stop living.
Okay, well, we'll pick up.
Okay. Yeah, you take your call and I'll digest all of this stuff.
Our guest house and our party house, and nothing but fun went on here.
This is a pretty dang big guest house.
Yeah, 3,000 square feet, that's big. These are some of James's cartage cases that came from LA that he used in the studios.
What year do you think this is from?
Oh, probably the 60s.
Oh my gosh. So this is the bottom of it's blown out.
Yeah. Let me tell you how to repair it. Here we go. You put a piece of board here,
Okay.
there, and there.
Can you put a 2x4? Because it has to slip over this, right?
But I think we could do it.
This is so cool. It's got his name on it. It's directly connected to him playing. It held his amp, but the condition is just not there. What about the Untouchables game? What's going on with that? know, you got the cops and robbers. These guys have shotguns, driving the getaway car.
James loved it because it was cars.
It's basically a chase game. You're the police, you got a pistol grip in your hand, a throttle at your foot. You can see the pavement moving underneath them on this conveyor belt. It's just such a hard game to find. I mean, yes, this one's not in the best condition, but it can be fixed, it can be repaired. I mean, it's so cool to see it here in this pool house because of all the entertaining they did. Imagine who would have played this thing. I've seen these games bring as much as $10,000 to $12,000
Wow.
when they're done. I mean, I'm talking like really nice, pristine games. And that's why I wanted to see the cabinet on it.
Yeah.
To see how nice the paint was on it, you know what I mean? So this side looks pretty good too. There's some nicks, a little bit of nicks in it, but not much. I'm thinking 4,000 bucks.
Mike, you got to remember, we're best friends.
Hey, I know. I am remembering that.
How about 45, and I'll throw this in.
4,000 for the game and 500 for the shipping case.
Yeah, okay,
All right, we're doing it?
good
Okay,
deal.
all right, thank you. To walk out of here with any car is obviously a long shot because I understand how much these mean to him. In James's mind, he's still 25 because he lives his life like he is. I mean, the guy is still touring, he's still rock and rolling. You know, he's young at heart, man, and that's why now I think he's kind of thinking, okay, you know, I can get these back on the road, I can get them running again, I want to drive these cars again, and him having these cars that feel like family to him.
You know, you get too much stuff and you have to pick and choose what you want to keep.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm thinking, okay? $30,000 for this one, $20,000 for this one, $50,000.
Let's think about it, Mike.
Okay.
The cars he told me today he didn't want to sell was the Corvettes, the T-Bird, and one of his Cadillac convertibles, a 76. We can handle 4 cars really good, and he can drive them and enjoy them. I tell you, we'll take 25 on that, and that's a steal. 25, we have a
I
deal.
sent some pictures to my guy, Louise, and I wanted to be fair with you guys, and I get it, but at the end of the day, it's like he sent me back a message and said, hey, this is a $25,000 car running down the road. I mean, it just needs a lot of work.
24. Hey, I came down.
I know, and hey, no.
That was a lot of
I gotta
money.
get out of here.
You know, after collecting Volkswagens for so long, starting out with Carmen Gias, and then with Volkswagen Bugs, and then with vans, it's like all the barns I've been to over all the years, I have come across dune buggies before. But now I'm starting to look at them with different eyes because, you know, what Bruce Myers did is really incredible. I mean, Southern California culture, you know, people connect it to music, fashion, surfing, all of that stuff. But the dune buggy is always right there.
It's so original. You could polish that paint. It's not,
That's
would
fine.
come right
This
up.
is a Yuma. How about this?
I want you to have that.
$23,000.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right, we did it.
That's his car. He
James
said, okay.
James, I'm proud of you for selling a car.
I am too.
Are you proud of?
He told me if anybody he would ever sell it to, he wanted Mike to have it. So we said, sure. Okay, so we did that.
Yeah, I'd be glad to get it back on the road. I'd like to see that.
I hope this has a bunch of nickels in it.
It might. It might.
James and Louise have such a bright light, and it's not just from him being a star. It's who they are as people. Their spirituality, their humility, and their generosity, that is what shines through. All right, I'll
Okay.
talk to you guys soon. I'll see you in Nashville. We'll have another catfish dinner together. Hey, thanks for all your help, buddy. I want to get this Myers Manx running, drive to James's house in Nashville, and give him a ride on the Natchez Trace. That's the day I'm looking forward to. All right, TCB taking care of Burton.
You got it.
Hey, you Ed?
Yeah,
Mike, you talked to Danny on the phone from
yeah,
Iowa?
yeah.
There's
Not
Fire. She
bad.
probably taled to you about something like that. She
Yeah,
sent me
go
the
on.
pictures. You got 356s, you got 911s. So how long you been into the air-cooled stuff?
Probably first one I bought was a 59.
59 Volkswagen?
Yeah.
You can see that Ed's shop, it's legit. I mean, he's got a body on a rotisserie. He's got another car that's chopped. I can see the tools laying around. Yeah, Danny said you had a bunch of bugs. That's what
Oh,
you
yeah.
called us about, some convertibles.
Downstairs.
Oh, they're downstairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, these.
Did you build this building?
Yeah.
So who chopped the top on this thing?
I sort of bought it like that, but I didn't like it. They had to do like 17 pieces.
Oh,
What
yeah,
I'm doing
yeah,
is
yeah.
just cutting the pieces out that I don't like. I'm not really a collector. If I see something I like, I buy it. I bought the Volkswagens and Porsches for me.
Initially, when I saw your photographs that you sent, I thought you had like a Volkswagen repair shop because you had so much stuff.
I did repair. Me and my boy did work on them at one time. We did.
Yeah, but I mean, you did it for other people?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I got laid off in the mill.
Okay.
In '82. That's when everything went down the chute. We went from like 100 people in the machine shop to 17. Being that time I was laid off, I totally redid 4 or 5 bugs. I mean, from ground up.
That's what you were doing for a living, selling bugs?
Yeah, I just did it.
So you were just filling time?
Yeah.
Did you go back to the mill then after that?
They called me, but I was already running a private machine shop. And in '95 is when I started my own business.
Okay.
I was 53 or 54. You just get to the point where you want to grow. I talked to my wife, and she was all for it. And between the two of us, we made it. I had a successful machine shop.
So were you doing like big commercial contracts?
I did all the repair work for the towboats that pushed the coal, made parts for them, and I enjoyed it.
How far were they pushing? Were they pushing all the way south
All the
down
way
to New Orleans?
Yeah, all the way down to Paducah, Kentucky, and
Oh, yeah.
on past, yeah.
So where did your love for air-cooled Volkswagens and Porsches come from?
My brother bought a 60.
60
Brand
bug?
new. But, and after I start driving his and seeing what the hell it did in the winter.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You can go anywhere in the
Oh,
winter,
my goodness.
right? They're better than a four-wheel drive truck.
Yep.
I've been dancing around the subject, but the Porsches are what I really want to talk about. So what's going on with these?
These are all for when I retire.
Okay. That could go one or two ways.
I got 2 or 3 projects that I do want to finish before I cash it in, and that's going to take a lot of my time.
Oh, you got a Corvair.
Yep. My
That's
son-in-law's
pretty cool.
working on that.
Okay. What did you ever think of these things?
I never liked them.
I didn't either. I had one with a spider on it, you know, I never got that thing running right. So this is your shop for when you're working on Volkswagens and
Well,
stuff.
I'm trying to get it started.
Okay. When did you start collecting all the convertibles?
They just come up.
It's like once you buy one convertible and they start finding you, right?
Right.
These were cars that he bought when he was laid off the mill. So he was just passing time and started doing a bunch of them. And then the machine shop happened and life happens. And then all of a sudden you got a basement full of Volkswagen convertibles. So do you got a number for the convertibles? I mean, if you're thinking about selling them and you called us, I mean,
It'd be a package deal. I'd take probably $5 grand for everything.
for all of them. To be honest with you, with bugs, I mean, I'm just more into the, you know, the ovals and the split
Yeah,
windows,
right.
and I've just always been attracted to those more just because they were always so hard to find. I got a guy that I work with on my Volkswagens that he'd probably be all over these, you know what I mean? To move this many cars, store these cars, piece them together to sell each one, there's some money on the back end, but not Porsche money. To be honest with you, when you sent all those pictures, I mean, I kind of thumbed through these pretty fast and I was looking at the Porsches, you know. There was a black primered 356 also. Where's that car?
Next door, in my house.
Okay. Well, can you entertain me and show it to me?
Yeah.
I've got one myself. I've got a 58, a coupe. It's
But,
kind of like a survivor car that I just had mechanically done. And J3, this guy Rich, is the one who does all that stuff for me.
It's amazing. Anybody that drives a Porsche. I was going around bends, 80 mile an hour,
Oh, yeah.
almost 90-degree bends.
Yeah. I mean, 356s, they're not fast. I mean, you could do things to make them fast, but you can corner really well.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
They handle.
The 356, the back of it, it's ungodly delicious, man. But, you know, you start walking around the car, the 360 all the way around it, they're beautiful cars. Can I see that 356?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at that. It's great that he wants to show me the other 356. I mean, we're on the right path. This is where the rubber hits the road in here. But he's never said, hey, I'll sell the 356s. How long has this sucker been sitting here? This looks a lot more solid just from the front end than the other one.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Did you do the body work on this?
No, that's why I bought it. It was ready to go to Carlisle. All the parts, everything for it is in baggies in my cupboard.
No kidding. So
Yeah.
you caught the dude on the way to
caught
Carlisle?
the guy who was in his yard, Daddy. We getting ready to pack it up. That's why it don't have an engine.
So this one doesn't have an engine, and this is
Right.
what you were referring to
That I bought
over
that
there with the
912
912 engine.
Right. Yeah, it would be period correct, the 912.
I can see you've got the seats in it.
That used to be my German Shepherd's house.
Did you really? This was the doghouse? So I'm gonna move these over here. We're gonna pull the cars out and see exactly what he has, and then he can determine if he still has the energy, the time, and the passion to want to restore them. So it's a big deal that he's allowing me to crawl around on them and pull them out. Rich has been doing Porsches forever. I mean, especially metal work, you know? So I'm trying to give Rich the best description that I can, not just send him photographs.
What?
Did you get the photos?
Yes, sir, sure did.
Let me tell you, man, that silver one is like Swiss cheese, buddy. I'm not kidding you.
Actually, most of them are.
But dude, you know what? I mean, even to find them like that, I was excited just to see them, you know?
Oh, sure. I mean, anytime you got a complete car, there's value in it, man. Your retail number, I think you might be able to get 15 grand out of that.
Really? What about the black, the 356 in primer?
That car would be perfect for somebody to build a hot rod because it's not a numbers match. You don't have the original engine for it. Looks like a decent car. Might be able to get 15 grand out of that in a good day.
Okay. The 911. You know, I mean, what is that car worth sitting the way it is?
If you got 15 grand out of that, I think you're doing well. I mean, there's nothing special about that car. It's a T, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah. I probably got about, what, I don't know, like maybe $1,000 a piece in shipping.
Yeah, I mean, diesel's still up there. You're probably going to pay more than that, depending on where you're going. Throwing a dart based off what I'm seeing from what you've got, your number, in my opinion, you're going to want to be wholesale 30K max. You do not want to go over that because if you're going to sit on those cars, you're going to be working way too hard to squeak money out of them.
Rich has given me a number on the cars to kind of circle the wagons around, to not go over 30,000. That's what he's saying. All right, man, I very much appreciate it. But again, he hasn't even said he would sell the cars yet. So this is where the rubber hits the road and we just kind of take the temperature with each other.
All right, man. Safe travels, dude. See you.
All right, bye. Okay, so I talked to the Porsche prophet.
Right.
I mean, all of them obviously need a high level of skilled
Right.
labor.
Well, let me tell you this first. They all got titles.
As soon as he says, I got titles for the cars, I know that he's thinking about selling them. And I know that you were kind of leaning towards whether or not you wanted to sell all of them or just one of them.
Sell them all.
You want to sell them whole, okay.
I need room.
Okay. Suddenly we go from maybe me buying one of them to buying all of them. That was the moment. If this is a numbers matching car.
It is.
Okay. The other one, obviously, the other 356 is never going to be a numbers matching car.
No, without the motor.
And then the 911, you said the top end was done probably on the motor on that.
Right.
I mean, 30,000 bucks.
For all three of them.
For all three of them the way they are. That's not the 912 engine or anything. That's the cars sitting the way that they are.
What I was thinking was like 15 for all of them. That comes to, what, 45? With the engine, throw the engine in.
The 912 engine is like 3,000 bucks.
3 times, right.
You know, I don't want to pay retail for the 912 engine, obviously.
Right, exactly.
And I don't want to pay retail for the cars either. There's a whole mathematical equation going on, and then also the emotional connection to them. He had these cars for 50 years. He's always managed to hold on to these cars.
And I'd go with 40.
There ain't enough money to even mess around with it.
If I would go 35, I'd do that. I'd do 35.
And I'm like, okay, I'm only supposed to spend 30. That's rich J3 Porsche profit. That's what he's saying. That's where I need to be. The cars with the 912 engine, 35 grand. I'm doing the 35 grand because there's 3 of them sitting here and the opportunity is here. It will balance out.
35 and I get a lot of space.
Ray's loving this moment right now. I think Ray thinks you need space too.
All right.
I appreciate you.
35.
Thank you, 35.
Hey, I like it, Mike. I felt good about it. Felt good. I had them for 50 years. I mean, you get attached to them.